Welcome to MBA Solutions. I am Manjunath, working as an assistant professor at VVC Mysuru. In this video, let us discuss history or evolution of OD. Before going into the video, if you have not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe and press the bell icon to receive more notifications. So in this video, the content of the video is there are 5 major stems or background of organization development, evolution or history. So what are those? Laboratory training or T group training background, action research or survey feedback background, normative background, productivity and quality of work life background, strategic change background. In this video we will focus on these two background. The other three background will be explained in the next video. So this video focuses on T group training and action research and survey feedback. So first let us go to laboratory training or T group training background. So T group training is also called training group. So what happens here? A small unstructured group in which participants learn from their own interactions. So group of people will be brought together. These group of people interact within themselves, interact with the group, and based on that they start learning. So this is tree group methodology. So this is an unstructured group. It might not be a structured group, unstructured group. So here the participants learn from their own interactions. So they come together. It is like a workshop where, for example, workshop of leaders, where all the leaders come together in a workshop and they share their learning, they share their knowledge, they share their experiences, and from each one's experience everybody start learning. This is one part of T group training. Then it is an evolved group process about issues such as, that means here in this kind of training or laboratory training, what and all are issues will be discussed or evolved are interpersonal relations, personal growth, leadership and group dynamics. So here people learn more about interpersonal relations, personal growth, leadership and group dynamics. So for that this T group training will be framed. So T group training is an unstructured group, a small unstructured group. It is not a big in number. It is a small unstructured group where participants learn from their own interactions with others. And here what and all areas are focused are interpersonal relations, personal growth, leadership and group dynamics. So now let us see how it all started. So it began in the year 1946 by Kurt Lewin. So he and his staff were at Research Center for Group Dynamics at MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology. So he and his staff were a part of that research institute. So American Jewish Congress asked the help of this research center, where Kurt Lewin is a part of this research center, on training community leaders. So American Jewish Congress wanted to train community leaders. So they wanted to train them and do a research on that particular training. So they requested the help of this Kurt Lewin and his team to do a research. Now they developed a workshop. So these people developed one workshop and all the community leaders were brought together to learn about leadership and to discuss related problems. So all the leaders came together, they discussed about their problems, their issues, their leadership knowledge and their experiences. Now what happened, every day the researcher who were observing this particular workshop behavior of leaders, they started giving feedback. So every day researcher discussed about behavior and group dynamics that they had observed in the workshop. And participants were also allowed to be a part of the feedback session. So every day they came, they discussed what behavior they observed, what group dynamics they observed, and participants were made to sit in this particular session. So later what happened, they came into a conclusion about this T group experiment. So this is very simple, where all the leaders were brought together and these leaders, they share their experiences, they share their knowledge, and at the end of the day, the researcher who are observing this particular sharing of knowledge, they give the feedback, and participants were allowed to sit in the feedback session. So they came into a conclusion about this first T group experiment that happened during 1946. So feedback session was a rich learning experience. So whatever feedback the researcher gave, because they summarized all the happenings in the workshop and then they gave the feedback. So this was a very rich experience for each and every participants of that workshop, and this process of group building had potential for learning that could be transferred to other situations, maybe business situations. So this is the conclusion. They were training community leaders, but they said this particular learning, what they learned in this T group experiment, is a potential learning for business situations also. So this is the conclusion of first T group training. And during 1950s, this training got expanded to business and industries. So during 1950s, this particular training, T group training, where a small unstructured group were brought together, they interact with themselves, then the person or the researcher will give them the feedback, and participants are made to sit in the feedback, learn from the feedback, and then they go and implement that in the organization. So during 1950s, it got expanded to all the industries and businesses. Then companies like Union Carbide of Douglas McGregor and Esso Standard Oil of Robert Blake, these two have contributed so much to the management knowledge. They started applying this training in their organization, and from there the term organizational development got introduced. So T group training is one training which introduced the term organizational development, and Kurt Lewin was the person who is behind this particular training. This is how OD started during 1946. Next is action research and survey feedback background. So here again Kurt Lewin, John Collier and William White, they are social scientists. Social scientists are those who study the group dynamics maybe in the industry and in the society. They are researchers who study the societal behavior or individual behavior in the society or in the organization, and they give inputs for further improvement. So during 1940s, these people joined hands together and they discovered that research need to be closely linked to action. So most of the time what we do research, but we will not link that to the action. If organization member have to manage change, they have to link the research to the action. For example, we do a lot of projects, we do a lot of research. You might have seen organization will take the report and they will not take any action. If organization are really willing to manage change, they can do a proper research and they can link that research to action. So that is what these people thought. They discovered that it is very helpful for organization if they want to manage change, they have to do research and closely link that research to the action plan of their organization. Now, they initiated a collaborative effort between organizational members and social scientists. So they started doing research about organizational problems, issues in with the help of organizational members, and they tried to give some inputs. So now they collected data about a problem in the organization. So any problem, maybe you have attrition, rate of attrition, they might have studied or collected the data, analyzed the data, and why they analyzed, to devise and implement a solution. So they collected research, they were doing research, they collected research data based on a problem, then they analyzed the data to devise and implement some solution. Then after implementation, again they collected the data to check whether the results are good or feasible, and to check whether whatever they have implemented is appropriate. So they again started collecting the data. For example, people are leaving the organization. They might have collected the data and said, okay, the managers need to be trained how to deal with the employees. Then again managers might have got training based on this data, and they will again check whether this particular training of managers helped to retain employees in the organization. This cycle continued. So again some action plan based on the data, again the implementation of the action, again the further data has been collected, and this cycle continued. This is action research and survey feedback background. Now two factors came out of this result. One is members of the organization were able to use research on themselves to guide action and change. So now people started, or members in the organization started using the research, and they use those research to guide themselves in action and change. And second thing is, this process helped social scientists derive new knowledge, because when they do research of different organization, they got lot of knowledge, and this new knowledge can be used elsewhere. This new knowledge can be used to solve many other issues and problems, not only in organization, maybe in any other streams of businesses or life. So this is action research survey. So today we discuss two phases of evaluation. One is T group training, the other is action research and survey feedback. In T group training, a small structured people or participants were brought together, and they share their ideas, experiences, and finally feedback will be given by the researcher, and that feedback will be utilized in their own organizations. And action research and survey feedback, where researcher or social scientist and organization will collect data about a problem, they derive some action plan and tool to solve the problem, and later once they implement that solution, they later again take the feedback or the data, and that data will be again a part of next action plan. So this cycle continued, and both had lot of help to understand and manage change. So this is what we discussed today. Thank you for watching the video.